evening. I'm really excited tonight. This is the first time my mom has ever come to watch me do stand-up. Please smile and wave at me one last time. Because I wrote this set all about you. So we have an actually very close relationship where we talk about sex a lot. And this has been since I was a teenager. I'd come home from a date, she's a detective about this, right? I'd come home from a date, she'd ask me a baseline question, did you go on a date? I'd be like, yeah. She's checking her pulse, okay. Was it good? Yeah. And then did you kiss him? First I blushed a little bit, and then she gets me, she's like, did you kiss his penis? She got me. My heart rate's 130, you can tell from there. And even now, as an adult, she just called me the other day, and she goes, honey, are you into bondage? And that caught me so out of left field. I almost spat out my ball gag. Mother, why would you ask your sweet, innocent child such a question? And she's like, oh, well, I was just thinking about when you were a kid, you'd always tie up your Barbie dolls, and I wanted to know if you do that now. And I was like, you know what? 10 points for Gryffindor. It's great detective work, Mom. Yes, I'm into that shit. And it gets even better. The other day, she comes over to my house to borrow a Halloween costume, and I dump out my costume box, and she's looking through it. She's like, what else you got? I'm like, all right, so I pull out my sex box, and I'm but I'm holding it close to my chest, and I'm just pulling out little things like cat ears, and some collars, okay, some gloves, and she's like, we're all adults here, just dump it out. I'm like, fuck it, so I dump it out. And the first thing she does is she picks up a butt plug and starts banging it against her leg. She goes, what's this for? And I was like, that is a butt plug. And I'm so proud of her for just not chucking it across the room. Thank you for believing in my hygiene habits. Even now she didn't hear me, and now she's looking at her hands. And so the next thing is a vibrator, little thing. She's like, oh, what's this for? And I'm like, this is such an interesting lecture that I'm giving right now. And I was like, oh, well, that's for the clitoris. And then I'm like, okay, class is over, and I start putting things away. I pick up a ball gag. She's like, oh, what's that for? And I demonstrate. I'm like, I was like, I still don't get it. I'm like, it's when you don't want them to talk. And she's like, oh, because you don't want to tell them to shut up? Yeah, it's because I'm shy. So that's our relationship. I don't know anything about my dad's sex life, or at least I didn't recently. He called me and he told me that his friend's daughter is staying with him and I should come say hi. And 10 years ago, she slept with my boyfriend, so I was like, I don't know. But at least it's been a long time. I'll go say hi. I knock on her door, she comes out, she looks bad. I was like, oh my God, honey, are you okay? She's like, well, last night your dad tried to offer me money for sex. And I was appalled. I was like, first you sleep with my boyfriend, and now you're trying to seduce my father? Sluts never change, you guys. Thank you.